Hey, if you call yourself a Christian and you consistently land on the side of the person or institution that is creating harm, then you're not following Jesus. You might be following a tribe, or you might be following fear or even power, but it's not Jesus. And Paul gives us this test in Romans 13:10. Love does no harm to a neighbor. And 1 Corinthians 13 takes that even farther and makes it even sharper in saying that love is patient and kind and not arrogant, not self-seeking. It doesn't delight in evil. It rejoices in truth. If your Christianity needs cruelty to function, you're not defending the gospel. You're actually betraying it. And evangelicals love to quote Romans 13:1-7, like, for them it means God picked my preferred leader, so shut up and comply. You hear them saying that in the media right now. And that's not what's happening in that passage of scripture. Romans 13 is written to Christians who are living under Rome, under this oppressive regime that has claimed divine authority. Does that sound familiar? When Paul says authority ultimately comes from God, that's not worship of Caesar or even confirmation or endorsement of him as a legitimate leader. It's subversion. He's relocating allegiance. It's also a practical guide for survival under the oppressive regime. He's warning them not to hand the empire an easy excuse to crush them. That should sound familiar too. And Romans 13 does not cancel Romans 12. Romans 12 says, hate what is evil, cling to what is good, bless those who persecute you, overcome evil with good. It's directing them on how to be good citizens and honor God while they live under oppression. But when obey those in authority becomes participate in harm, that's where Christians should draw the line. Acts 5:29 says we must obey God rather than human beings. When authorities command what God forbids or punishes what God requires, Christians do not bow. Christians resist. So no, Romans 13 is not a blank check for government violence. It's not a gag order on the church. It's not permission to spiritually launder cruelty. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about ICE. I'm talking about patterns of lethal outcomes and excessive force, including high-profile killings like Keith Porter Jr. in Los Angeles and Renee Good in Minneapolis. I'm talking about documented reports of immigration agents using potentially lethal and fatal chokeholds, committing sexual assaults, refusing medical care that have resulted in the deaths of nearly 40 people while in their custody. That alone should horrify any conscience that claims to be following Jesus. If your obedience to government requires you to excuse harm to your neighbor, you've left the way of Jesus, because Christianity does not worship power. We follow the one who gave up power and was crucified, and he's the one that tells us what love looks like. And if this hits hard, good. Let it. And then go read Romans 12 and 13 together. And then ask yourself the same question that Jesus answered in the story of the Good Samaritan. Who is my neighbor? And then, am I doing harm?